and welcome to Thái News. Now today's highlights. Thái Nguyên Provincial People's Committee was with Korean investors and Yên Binh Developing Investment JSC. Leaders of Thái Nguyên Province work with Samsung Electronics Vietnam Thái Nguyên. Becoming wealthy from wild animal husbandry model in Đồng Hỷ District. On November the 21st, Mr. Dung Ngọc Long, Chairman of Provincial People's Committee, presided over the meeting with Yên Binh Developing Investment Joint Stock Company and Korean investors to exchange pleasantries and discuss investing in the multi-story building factory in Yên Binh urban area.
The chairman of Provincial People's Committee warmly welcomed the Korean investor in Thái Nguyên Province. He introduced around the natural conditions, the economic and social development situation of the province in recent time, especially the implementation of the major planning projects, including Yên Binh Industrial Zone. In return, the representative of Korean investor expressed their thankfulness for the leadership's welcome and provided an overview of the multi-story building factory project in Binh Yên urban area. This is the first project to construct a multi-story building factory in Vietnam with a total investment of over 100 million USD. However, the project is experiencing some problems related to the administrative procedures for investment licensing and cost issues of land use, water and electricity supply system. Therefore, Korean investors fervently wish that the provincial leaders do their utmost best to facilitate the speedy implementation of the project successfully. The chairman of Provincial People's Committee expressed his support to the project of Korean investment companies in Yên Binh Industrial Zone and pledged to help them on the remaining issues to implement the project in the soonest possible time.
On November the 22nd, the province delegation led by Mr. Nguyen, member of the Central Party, and Thái Nguyên Provincial Communist Party Committee Secretary, had a meeting with Samsung Electronics Vietnam Thái Nguyên in Yên Binh Industrial Zone, Phổ Yên District. The meeting was held in order to discuss and evaluate the situation and fix the existing problems in the construction of Samsung factory in Yên Binh Industrial Zone. During the meeting, important information on the implementation of the project in Yên Binh Industrial Zone were discussed. Samsung Electronics Vietnam Thái Nguyên raised several issues relating to the flooring, the roads in the industrial park, sewage and drainage system, power lines, and especially land clearance that has been in deadlock, which may delay the project and affect the initial proposed timelines. After listening to the opinions of Samsung Electronics Vietnam Thái Nguyên, Mr. Dung Ngọc Long, Chairman of Thái Nguyên People's Committee, concluded and directed the departments concerned and Phổ Yên district leaders to seriously consider the issues raised by Samsung Company and be proactive in solving them, particularly the matter of land clearance for a few remaining households. Samsung Electronics Vietnam Thái Nguyên acknowledged and appreciated the enthusiastic participation of the different levels, sectors and localities of Thái Nguyên in creating favorable conditions for the implementation of this project. Accordingly, Samsung Group will continue investing projects in Yên Binh Industrial Zone. Shortly after the meeting, the leaders of Thái Nguyên Province and Samsung Electronics Vietnam Thái Nguyên attended the tapping out ceremony of the front factory's major production area. In recent years, there have been more and more new effective household models for economic development, followed by many other households in the province. Mr. Vũ Chi Long in Hamlet 5, Sông Cầu Thao, Đồng Hỷ District is one typical example of these models.
In 2009, having applied and approved for the preferential loans from the Vietnam Social Policy Bank branch, Đồng Hỷ District, Mr. Long decided to shift his family production to animal husbandry. He started raising the Japanese deer, or spotted deer, right in his garden after visiting and learning from a motor in Thanh Hóa province. With the initial investment capital of nearly 60 million Vietnam dong, he bought just one pair of deer, and now the pair has produced 3 more deer after 3 years and has an estimated price of 10 million of Vietnam dong if sold.
Trước mắt ấy, thì cái điều kiện này khó khăn ấy, thì cái chính ấy là
The difficulty now is how to prevent epidemic diseases which have never been experienced by the deer, so I'm both raising them and starting to deal with epidemic diseases. Another difficulty is the capital that causes me to take the short-term raising and growing of other animals and trees for the long-term development of the deer. Besides, Mr. Long continued to expand his model to raising wild boar. As time passes by, he realized it's very easy to feed this type of animal because it shows high disease resistance and good development. They don't require much care and eat mainly food and fruits made available by nature, such as corn, sweet potatoes, and vegetables. Currently, apart from the deer, there are 5 porcupines and over 30 boars on his farm, enough to be sold every 6 months for nearly 100 million Vietnam đồng.
Đồng chí Long là làm rất tốt mà kể cả chăn nuôi là được.
Mr. Long is very good at doing husbandry. Many other farmers wanted to follow his footsteps, so he enthusiastically showed them how to do it well. He's a typical example in our neighborhood. Currently, his model is not only the main source of income for his family, but also a typical example for a farmer overcoming difficulties to lead a better life and has become a model for many other farmers.
Từ mô hình này và cái sự vận động của đồng chí Long,
through Mr. Long's model, as well as the initiative of the local leaders, other farmers can learn from them and eventually apply this model in their own families. The initial efficiency from Mr. Long's model has opened a new way for economic development for the inhabitants of the town of Sông Cầu in particular and Đồng Hỷ district in general. Through the model, the local people learned how to exploit their land, labor, and food effectively to develop more models, diversifying the structure of the cultivated crops, eliminating hunger, hence reducing poverty to build a new countryside.
Let's take a look at some other news. On November the 22nd, the Tây Bắc Steering Board, in collaboration with Thái Nguyên University, organized a workshop on researching and implementing industrialization in agricultural production, forestry and fishery in the Northern Midland and mountainous provinces. Starting from the requirement, Thái Nguyên University, under the permission of the Tây Bắc Steering Board, formed the project building the program of researching and implementing agricultural medical engineering for the process of industrialization in agriculture, forestry, and fishery in the Northern Midland and mountainous provinces. The project aims to evaluate the current situation of the investment in machines serving production and processing up to harvesting for the period 2001-2013 in the region, to support the chicken feeders to have the best commercial products to satisfy consumers' taste. In July 2013, Đồng Hỷ District Extension Station experimented the J. Dabaco chicken growing model with 1,000 chickens in 4 households in Tân Thái village, Hóa Thượng commune. Taking part in this model, each household is supported 80% of the cost of the chicken, 50% of the food cost, and the initial cost of veterinary medicine. After more than 4 months, the household said that J. Dabaco chicken have many advantages. According to calculation, the 100 chickens with an average weight of 1.6 kg each was sold at the selling price of 80,000 Vietnam đồng per kilogram. After deducting all the cost, the farmers can earn nearly 4.5 million Vietnam đồng. With the achieved results, it is considered to be a new direction for farming in the consistently economic development with natural conditions. On November the 21st, at the Vinh Sơn resettlement site in Đồng Tiến, the Vietinbank Sông Công held the opening ceremony of Yên Bình Transaction Office. This is the 3rd transaction branch in Phổ Yên district, opened by Vietinbank Sông Công with the aim of expanding its market share, boosting the supply of services based on modern banking principles of safety, effectivity and sustainability to meet the increasing diverse requirements of clients. The opening of Yên Bình Transaction Office is an opportunity for Vietinbank Sông Công to better serve the customers in Phú Yên district, especially the prospective Samsung Electronics. On this occasion, Vietinbank Sông Công launches a business promotion by giving gifts to depositors in Yên Bình Transaction Office. That ends our program today. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye for now and see you again.